Psoriasis is a common skin condition that changes the life cycle of skin cells. It doesn't only cause physical concern, but can be emotionally challenging as well.
My psoriasis started when I was 13 years old. Actually, the first time that I realized that there was something amiss was when I went to the barber. I went to the barber and I came back, and 3 days later there was this little sore here on my scalp, which then eventually started to grow, and it was starting to, amper so skulfers, like dandruff.
Psoriasis is a skin condition that occurs usually on the scalp, on the elbows and on the knees. It presents as scaly, either red or silver spots, and it may be itchy, and it is not contagious.
Psoriasis is a persistent chronic disease. There may be times when your psoriasis symptoms get better, alternating with times they worsen. This ultimately requires acceptance and a long-term plan for managing the condition.
It's a condition that may be hereditary. The parents may have psoriasis, and it may be triggered by certain conditions. I think the most important aspect of psoriasis is the fact that it is not contagious. So it doesn't mean to say that if I touch a patient, I'm going to get psoriasis. Now, the other important aspect is we have found that psoriasis is not skin deep, it's much more than that. And psoriasis is an immunological condition where it may be associated with heart disease, with high blood pressure, high cholesterol and diabetes. So I think it is important to look for those and to manage the patient in a holistic manner.
I think when one suffers from psoriasis, you have to take time out, you have to eat healthy, you have to exercise, there's so many things you have to do. I try and do all of those things, but I think because of my busyness, I'm not always very successful in maintaining and sustaining my condition.
Stress aggravates psoriasis, that's important. And then certain medications that are used for psychological problems or for malaria or for high blood pressure, these medications can trigger psoriasis. So the patient may have a predisposition to have psoriasis, but the trigger factors could aggravate it. Now, the other aspect of psoriasis is the fact that it causes a lot of psychosocial stress. Patients may have anxiety or depression because obviously psoriasis may be visible on the scalp, on the hands, and they may have problems at school, or they may have problems in their social setting at home with friends, or if they go for job interviews.
As much as many people would tell you that it's just there and you must just get on with your life, it can be very debilitating. Besides being an inconvenience, it's socially where psoriasis, where it challenges you, to the maximum, especially when you're a younger person. I am over this idea of me suffering with this disease, etc. I don't even think of it anymore as a disease, but it's for the younger people that I feel sorry, It can be debilitating. I also know of a marriage that broke up because the husband had psoriasis and his spouse said she couldn't stand it anymore. She couldn't stand waking up to someone in scales.
It's incredibly important that newly diagnosed patients are educated about their condition, as well as family and friends, so they can offer support and help to break stigmas.
Patient education is a hallmark of treatment for psoriasis. We have various types of ointments. We use moisturizers which decrease the scaling. Then we have ointments containing vitamin D and some cortisone, and the patients can use it at night and it clears the psoriasis quite well. Again, we do use topical cortisone ointments. They work very well, but we cannot use it for a long period of time. Now that's for psoriasis on the body, on the arms and legs. Now for the scalp, we need something that's cosmetically acceptable and it's user-friendly. It doesn't cause a lot of scaling. So we certainly have shampoos that contain tar. We also have shampoos that contain cortisone, but in a safe way, and that certainly helps. Now if the psoriasis is more than just on the body, it's a bit extensive, we get fantastic results with a treatment called phototherapy. This is ultraviolet therapy, and these patients go into a special cabinet with light therapy, and it actually provides ultraviolet light which clears psoriasis, and it's easy to use. In addition to that, if the patient's psoriasis is much more In a very small percentage of patients, then we need to use internal medications, and those medications are effective, but they do have side effects. Now, the most important thing is that in the last few years, we've had new medications called biologics, and they work at the immune system. They're excellent, and the biologics are given by injection, and it clears the psoriasis. So although there is no cure for psoriasis, we have treatments that certainly clear psoriasis and improves the quality of life.